Hey everyone, welcome to another review. Here's my review for the movie Edge of 17. Yes, Edge of 17 stars Hailee Steinfeld, Woody Harrelson, and Blake Jenner. And this movie is written and directed by Fremon Craig, who only wrote one other movie before this film, and that was the movie Postgrad with Alexis Bledel. That movie is absolute shit, so yes, this filmmaker doesn't have a lot going for her, but this is her second movie she wrote, and the first movie she's directed. And this movie is called The Edge of 17, and the story of this movie is about a girl named Nadine, and this is basically about the last years of high school and stuff. This is a coming-of-age story and stuff, and the movie starts off about her life, and it shows that she's always been a social outcast. Her brother, her twin brother, has always had everything given to him, and everyone's always liked him, and everyone's always found her an outcast and a freak and stuff, but as you see in the movie, she befriends a little girl, and this girl becomes her best friend throughout her entire childhood and high school and stuff, and basically a lot of things have happened to her throughout her life, and basically now when she's 17, her life is really gone to shit because she finds out her best friend who's always had her back, she ends up sleeping with her brother who she really doesn't like, and basically her friend basically abandons her, and basically this character Nadine is all alone and stuff, and the only person she talks to and finds guidance from is her teacher, played by Woody Harrelson and stuff. And yeah, this is a coming-of-age story. It's a dramatic comedy about this girl and about how she's a social outcast and how she has to deal with her issues and stuff. And yeah, this movie, The Edge of 17, is a movie I was pretty looking forward to. When I saw the trailer for this movie, it looked funny, it looked interesting, but a lot of trailers, they fool you and stuff, so you don't know. But when the reviews were coming in, I was really excited to see this movie, and when I saw it, I was blown away by this movie. This movie is amazing. This movie, Edge of 17, is such a great comedic, dramatic film. This is like a John Hughes movie. This is a modernization of a John Hughes movie. This is another Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, but being its own original film. I freaking loved this movie. Yes, Fremon Craig, who directed and wrote this movie, did an amazing job. She wrote an amazing script. She really knows how teenagers act. This is a straight-up teen movie, and it is a realistic teen high school movie. This is one of the most realistic and probably best teen high school movies since Perks of Being a Wallflower. This movie actually may be better than Perks of Being a Wallflower, and that is saying a lot because I love Perks. That is such an amazing film. I've seen that movie like 10 times. This movie, however, is a gripping, realistic movie, and it's so freaking funny and so freaking dramatic, so freaking heartbreaking, so freaking sympathetic. Hailee Steinfeld in this movie plays the lead character Nadine, and she is fantastic. This movie relied solely on her because she is the main character, she is the protagonist, she's the one that the person's life we're seeing through and stuff, and she's the person we feel sorry for, she's the person that's going through all these issues that all of us ourselves have been through high school and stuff, so Hailee Steinfeld had to give a good performance to make this movie really great, and she did. She gave an amazing performance. This is probably the best piece of acting she has done since True Grit. This is probably the best performance she has given in a film. She is absolutely amazing. She is a very sympathetic character. She is a very caring character. She is a very likable character. She is also really funny too. But she is not like a perfect character. She does have flaws. She does make mistakes. She does get greedy and selfish at times. But all teenagers do. Nobody is perfect. And that's what I liked about this movie. None of these characters in this movie are straight up unlikable or likable. They're very real, very compelling, very fleshed out characters. They feel like real people. They make mistakes. They are selfish at times, but people in general are selfish and make mistakes. So this movie really had realistic characters that I really freaking loved. Like, in this movie, you think you're gonna hate her best friend, or you think you're gonna hate her brother, but the movie shows you that they're people too, and they're very likable, and they too are going through a lot. So yeah, I loved that this movie made, even like the unlikable characters, they made them likable because the movie is so compelling and so beautifully written. This movie is also really well directed too, and yeah. Woody Harrelson, though, playing the teacher, is probably my favorite character in this movie. Woody Harrelson is amazing. I could actually see him getting a supporting actor nomination at the Oscars, but the Oscars won't recognize this movie. He's amazing. He is funny, and I love every conversation he has with Hailee Steinfeld's character. The flaw with this character is, if this was real life, as a teacher, he would get fired. The stuff he says to Hailee Steinfeld, he would actually get fired if he actually said that to a real student. But yeah, this is a movie and all, and he's a great character. I love him as a mentor. I love how he talks to Nadine. It is such a funny, all the scenes with them are the funniest scenes in the movie, and I loved his chemistry with Hailee Steinfeld. This student-teacher relationship was freaking funny, and I loved it. Blake Jenner was in this movie. He was great in this year's Everybody Wants Some and stuff, and I liked him as the brother. At first, I thought he was a very douchey, unlikable character, but when you really get to know his character and you find out more about his character in the third act, he's also a very sympathetic character, and you do feel bad for him and stuff. And yeah, same with the best friend character, Nadine's best friend. You think she's the unlikable character because she basically starts sleeping with the brother, but she's also a very compelling, very likable character, and you find out the reasons why she's doing it. Like, every character has a reason for why they're doing certain things in this movie. Even the mother character, you think the mother is an unlikable character, but you find out why she's doing the things she's doing. All these characters are such fleshed out, well-written characters, and I love it. These characters were great, and I loved this movie. I loved the story. I love coming-of-age stories. I love John Hughes movies. I love good teen movies, and this is a straight-up fantastic teen movie. I loved everything. Hailee Steinfeld was amazing. Every performance in this movie, every performance by every actor in this movie was spot on. The characters were likable and enjoyable and very well written. It was a well-directed film. It was a funny, dramatic film. There's some scenes that will really make you cry, and this movie is for everybody. Some people are probably thinking, oh, it's about a teenage girl, but I think everybody can relate to this movie. Boys, girls, everybody, because they talk about issues that everybody can relate to. Stuff that Nadine goes through, everybody went through in high school. Both boys and girls, everybody can relate to this movie, and I loved this movie. This movie is so freaking good. This is hands down one of my favorite movies of the year. I loved it. I actually hope December is disappointing with its movies, because I actually want to put this movie on my best movies of the year, but I don't know, because I heard December has some great films, so I don't know if this movie will make my best of the year, but I really hope it does, because I freaking love this movie. The problems I have with this movie is the predictability. This movie is very predictable. As soon as this movie begins, you know exactly how this movie is going to end, but that's not a huge problem for me. I don't care if a movie is predictable, as long as it's well written, as long as it's well directed, as long as it's well acted, and I enjoy these characters. I will love this movie no matter what. I don't care if it's predictable, but it's still very predictable, and you know exactly how this movie's gonna end. But oh well, I still loved it. The Edge of 17 is hands down one of the best coming-of-age movies since The Perks, and I loved this movie. This is a John Hughes movie of our generation, and I highly recommend this movie. I really hope people go to the theaters and actually pay money to see this movie, because I just saw the box office results for this weekend, and this movie did not make a lot of money in the box office, and that is a huge shame, because this movie is amazing. So yeah, please go spend money and go see this movie. It is absolutely extraordinary. I love it. It's a great teen high school coming of age movie, and it's so great. It's so good. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give the movie The Edge of 17 a 9.4 out of 10. So yeah, please check this movie out. It's so good. So yeah, that was my review for the movie The Edge of 17. So in the comment section below, please tell me, what is your favorite coming-of-age story? Favorite coming-of-age story, my favorite is probably Dead Poet Society, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Those are great coming-of-age stories, great teen high school movies. But what is your favorite coming-of-age story and teen high school movie? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.